Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the first episode of our series where I'll be guiding you through creating your own Discord wrapper in Java. Let's first of all begin by understanding what a wrapper is. Essentially, it's a package that surrounds an API such as Discord, allowing us to interact through the functions we define, such as getting information about server or getting information about a user. So before we dive in, make sure you have a basic understanding of Java. Don't worry if some concepts are unfamiliar. I'll do my best to explain them as we progress. Now, first of all, you want to head over to this repository, Java Discord bot craft. I will post the description. I'll put the URL for this website in the YouTube description, and you want to head over to the PDK, which I like to call as the programming development kit. And in here you want to just head over and press code, and you want to just press download. Once you've downloaded, you want to open it up in your IDE. I'll be using IntelliJ. It doesn't really matter what IDE is as long as it has the basic capabilities of programming. So essentially, in our journey to connect with the Discord API, I'll be using something called a WebSocket. I've called it WebSocket Manager just to avoid any naming confusions with the package we'll be using to connect to WebSocket. So you might be wondering what a WebSocket is. A WebSocket serves as a bidirectional communication method with the API, allowing us to interact with all the capabilities it offers. So it allows communication channels that allow data to flow in both directions. So you can send data and you can receive data with the API, and this will play a very vital role in the creation of our API. So let's get started with the building of our WebSocket manager. So you might be wondering how we're gonna find all the requests and everything we need to do to send when dealing with APIs. So you can just head over to the Discord developer documentation. It's very handy. It has a very detailed explanation of how everything works, as you can see by this diagram. So first of all, you establish a connection with the gateway, which will be using a WebSocket. You then receive an opcode. An opcode is like operation code which you get from the API informing you what this operation does, and then you have to begin a heartbeat interval. What a heartbeat interval is that every set amount of seconds where Discord send you through its JSON, you will then send a message to Discord with a specific opcode informing you that your WebSocket connection is still active. This is done to ensure that if there's an issue, the WebSocket can successfully disconnect, or like you can receive any issues of like a disconnect code. So in order to get started, head over to your IDE again, and in here we want to just set up our basic WebSocket manager. We're not going to do anything too fancy in today's episode. We're just setting up the basics. So first of all, you have you want to have this class, and you do extends WebSocket adapter. One second. WebSocket adapter, and in here you want to implement your WebSocket listener. Alright, so what the WebSocket adapter basically does is it's implemented all the listeners for you. As it implemented all the methods that are found in this listener. That means when you call, you don't have to implement everything, keeping your code tidy and just having the box standard code that you require. So the first thing we want to set up our loggers. So when we're logging any errors, it'll be easier for us. You do want a private final logger. You're going to be using logback logging. In here, logger equals logger factory dot get logger, and the WebSocket manager class. And now we want to create the instance of the WebSocket that we're going to be calling. So private WebSocket, and in here we're just going to see WebSocket. WebSocket allows you to send any messages to Discord. For example, you can send a message or connect or disconnect, for example. Alright, so once you've done that, now one other thing you're going to need to connect with the Discord is two things. You're going to need a token, and also will need token, and then you're also going to need to set up your gateway intents. So what gateway intents are basically are that they tell Discord or the gateway what events you want to receive. Some of them become limited after your bot receives a set number of users in a server, but we don't really need to worry about that in the meantime. So these two things are going to be needed to be final, because when you're instantiating the WebSocket class to WebSocket Manager to connect to your Discord API, you will need them. And then here you will need intent. So private final. We haven't created the class, but we're just going to do a gateway intent in here intent. So now let's implement this. So in the WebSocket, we're going to do create a package called util. This is going to contain all our utility class, and we're going to create WebSocket and that's gateway intent, and that's going to be an enum. And in the gateway intent, we're going to have all the gateways that we need. So if you head over to Discord developer and you do gateway intents, and you do here, you can see this is all these ones here, all the gateway intents that you can receive from Discord. So we can just do I'm just going to do the all of them for now. So we just do guild underscore members, and this one's going to be, we're just going to put this as 1. So guild bands to guild underscore web hooks. You can see guild underscore web hooks is here. That's number 5. And then we can implement guild invites as number 6, guild voice state as number 7, guild presence as 8, guild message as 9, guild message reaction as 10, guild typing as this will be 14, not 11. So guild message typing will be 40. No, it'll be 11. Sorry, guild message typing will be 11. Direct message will be 12. Direct message reaction will be 13. Typing will be 14. Message content. Oh, there's more. Message. This will be here. 1 second. Give me a second. Message underscore content. That's 15. And here we're gonna have auto. If you don't have to spell, you can just refer to it. So it's going to be this one, auto moderation configuration. This will be 20. And the next one after that will be channel underscore stats. This will be 21. And the last one, we're going to have the auto moderation execution. You can add the rest if you want. Can add the rest that we have missed out, well, that's up to you, but this is pretty much all we're just gonna need. And we're gonna create a private final int value in here. So it's gonna do get just that. This will allow us to get a value, and then we're gonna need a method that will calculate the bitmark. So what a bitmark is these values here, and this code needs them to just have the idea of the value of the gateway intent. So we're just gonna do create public static, and in here we're gonna do int get bitmark. So it's gonna start 0 and calculate the bitmark for. So we're gonna need this when we're connecting with the API. And then if you want, you can have a method that gives you the default intent. So you can do public static gateway intent here, and then you're just gonna do default get default intents, and let's just give you all the default ones. So the ones you want to get rid of is just this one here, auto moderation execution, anything related to auto moderation configuration. You will also get rid of the message content, direct messaging typing. These can stay, that one can stay, this one can stay, guild presence as well can stay, voice state, yeah, that's fine, invites, band webhook. Naturally you can get rid of this one, so that's fine, that's our default. Okay, so once we've done that, now we can import the guild intent and just create a constructor. Alright, so now we've done our constructor, we can actually get started to creating the actual connecting to the actual API. So we want to create a public synchronized void connect method. And in here, now we're going to we need the Discord gateway URL, the Discord gateway version, and the JSON encoding. So all of these will make an info class for this. So we're gonna call our info in, we're gonna put it here, and we're just gonna call it Discord Discord wrapper info. In the Discord wrapper info, we want to make sure it's an enum. Here, and in here we're gonna have all the Discord information we need. So let's just 1 second, give me so let's just get Discord wrapper information, and in here you want to have the Discord gateway URL. So you can get this from Discord itself. So it's this one here. So I'll just define it for you. So Discord underscore gateway underscore URL, and this will be just the one that Discord informs you of it. So it's basically this one. So just copy it from here. So that's the one we need here. And then in the Discord gateway version, so just get rid of this here. Discord gateway version. Just think of this as a Discord version, latest version. So currently it's 10, not 9. So what we're gonna do here is question mark version equals 10. If you want to know what the Discord gateway version is, you can just Discord gateway version. It should be here. Second, I'll post where the link can be found. I can't remember where it was at the moment. Alright, once you've done that, now you just need one more thing. So now you just need the JSON encoding. This means that we want the information to be sent as JSON. It can be sent in another format, but that we'll worry about that at a later stage. So it'll be at encoding equals JSON, and now you just need the value. Just finish that off. Private final string value, get the value, and here we'll just do string get value. And now once we head over here, we're gonna create our URL so to be able to connect to Discord. So one more thing is we're just gonna create here in here we're going to just call this variables needed for our socket, and here we're gonna have something called a resume URL. So when Discord connect, it will send a Discord resume URL, and this URL you will use to reconnect with the Discord if the connection drops off, which is very highly likely. That's where the API's WebSockets work. So you can do this string URL equals, and in here you want to make sure resume not null. Resume URL. If the resume URL is not null, we're going to use else. We're just going to do Discord wrapper info dot Discord gateway URL dot get value, and then now we can just add all these as a comment for the resume URL and the JSON encoding. So now we've got that. Now we're going to try connect with our WebSocket. So we're going to do a try method. So we're going to instantiate WebSocket, goes new WebSocket factory, and in here we're just going to do create socket, which is going to be our URL, and we're going to add a listener, which is this class, and we're just going to connect and semicolon, and in here we're going to catch WebSocket exception as well as IO exception. I'll connect to WebSocket, and we just want to do resume URL equals null and session ID equals null. No, and then here you want to we're just gonna add a to do, and here we're gonna handle this failure to connect. So we'll look over this in a future episode. So once you've done that, now once you send Discord the connection request, you'll then have to deal with once you get the request from Discord, you're gonna have to send something called an identify. And then what this identify means is that you're sending the data to Discord about the token, so which bot you want to connect to, the intents you're going to use, and all the and then you can have something called properties, so information about the server that the bot is using. So the browser, what the browser and device name is going to be, or just a wrapper name, and the OS we can just get from the system property. So if we just create a method, if we just override here, and we just want to implement this here, and then in here we're going to have private void sent identify, and then we're going to implement that in the future episode. But in here in the connect thing, you just want to, let's just say logo connected to Discord, and then if we're going to now need another thing called the session ID. It's self-explanatory, it's the ID of the session, so that's going to be another string. In here we're going to say session ID, so we'll just go over here and put the session ID over. If session ID, if the session ID is no, then we know that we need to we need to do a fresh connection. If it's not, then we're going to need resume, so we'll just create a method here called resume, and so that's basically it. So now in the next episode we'll implement the send identify, and then once we're able to do that, we'll be able to connect to the Discord API. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great time. Stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum and peace out.